Okay, we're back. Like, so you're going transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, my video, the camera app that I'm using, which makes so you don't have any text or anything on top, and I can go as long as I want. It is a bit sensitive, and after pausing it too many times, it decided to crash. And end the video. So I had to reopen the thing. So yeah, here we are again. The transgender, hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail, basically me reacting to a bunch of screen caps of comments on YouTube and DeviantArt. The response comments I made against the deviant lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning: if you don't like what I'm saying, go ahead, click off the video, and go watch something else. Do not lie and say it's hate speech to my videos, because there's no hate speech to my videos. It's feeds you hate. That's a different story. Let's continue on. People getting things wrong in these comment sections, and me trying to shut your mouth with Bible verses and basic biology, and then getting talk about that. Also, it's important to get vaccinated so you can fight against the spread of germs. Uh, COVID is still a thing, so it's important to get vaccinated. There's other things out there, not as bad as no COVID, but still pretty rough. If you're vaccinated, your body has a better chance of fighting it off quicker. So let's continue on here. Yeah, looking at more Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends fan art. I am seeing some stuff that some of the stuff is looking good. Frankie Foster looking very nice. Her American flag bikini, very nice. Some stuff that does not look good. Is that Frankie Foster with a penis and testicles? Basically, doing stuff with Mac. With a penis and testicles. Well, he does stuff with goo, with the vulva. Too crowded. Too many people. They're all grown up. It's still too crowded. I'm like, what the heck? Why give Frankie a penis and testicles? It's an unfortunate issue with fan art to do that. But, of course, you have the opposite of something, other things that I hate. You have a fully grown version of Mac that is female. Looking fantastic. She's looking fantastic. She's looking amazing. Oh, my goodness. There he goes. I do like a girl with some nice short hair. I like that. It's very nice. It's very nice. Yeah. So yeah, lots of things. Safe for work fan art has so many different things. Not safe for work fan art has so many things about it. Hi, Megan. Hug. Yeah, I'm working. I'm drawing. I'm doing stuff right now. Yeah, brother is sleeping. My mom's getting ready for work. So once I'm done with this video, I'll be helping her get ready for work and get going, so she can go and then enjoy her overnight shift at her job. Let's continue on here. I don't make videos. Yeah, my chief actor is like, I don't make videos. Like as I say, there's a bunch of videos about how copyright should hurt creators out now. I don't make videos that propose a solution. My chief actor is like, I will make videos. I'm like, good God, do you have a death wish? YouTube will tear you a new a-hole once you start unveiling your junk there. And I say, actually, I'm doing pretty well. And you have helped me get used to people hating on me for saying he has a transgenderism. So it's all good. And he says, well, you're not used to it. You'll never really get used to it. I'm pretty good. You learn and grow. You get used to it by learning and growing, that stuff that hurt you before, that stuff that basically affects you, that hurt you before, it hits you again. It's like, oh yeah, I'm more used to it, I know why they say this. I know why they say that stuff. Hug. No climbing. No climbing. I said no climbing. Thank you. Yeah, I know why they say that. It's because they're angry that I'm telling the truth. It's not just out of spite's sake. It's because I'm telling the truth, and it takes them off. Their lies aren't working no more. So it's like, yeah, no. It's basically you take the cover off, the shroud off of them. You're exposing them for what they're doing, what they are. Expose what they're doing, what they are, what they're doing for what they're doing. That's what you did. So let's continue on here. There it is. The hate. I'm used to it enough. Like if I guess it, that works for me. Continue on. You gotta click out and then click on the next one. That's what you gotta do. Yeah, thank you. And you'll burn up every last ounce of your energy you have doing so. Turn yourself into an emotional train wreck, just as you deserve, says my heckler. And I said, or I will outlast all I hate as you and their friends give up and leave the debate. That is exactly what happened. That dude gone now. I don't know where he is. I hope, pray that he's doing better. And he's not messing around anymore with that nasty stuff. But, yeah, that's his decision. But we need to talk about how that stuff is wrong. So let's go. Hug. There we go. Yeah. Let's get in here. Claws going through into my clavicle, into my thigh. Like, someone said, another heckler says, this guy needs a girlfriend, a hobby, and a job urgently. And then the girl who hates her on her own body said both him and fake account person. Light bulb went off. And then the heckler says, wait, not a girlfriend, because then he'll force her to stay in the kitchen because stereotypes, not a hobby, because according to him, making transphobic content is a hobby. Telling the truth is a hobby. Yes, not a job, because he'll probably get fired for being transphobic jerk to dick to customers. Oh well, stereotype. We're not about stereotypes. We totally are. And then a girl lays on her body. It's like, I guess he'll stay in his mom's basement. He'll stay there sucking his own stick forever. No, I never have. Not flexible enough. I never have. I'm not flexible enough. Let's continue on. Yeah, it's all good. Oh well, that's what evil people get. Evil, according to us, is good. Evil, according to us, is good because we're telling we're lying and they're telling the truth. So he's evil because he's telling the truth, exposing our lies. Evil, And then the other heckler's like, he's beyond evil. He's a fake account, fake account dude. Like, yeah, oh my god, that's what he said. Evil, according to them, is good. And so the head chief heckler's like, nobody cares, transphobe. When I say my faves and watchers beg to differ, I'm like, nah, no, they don't. I'm like, how? They exist. You tell yourself that. I will, and so do they. All they can do is say, you're wrong. We got proof of that? Like, no, yeah, I do. Where? All three of them. Well, that still counts. I do. It's like, yeah. Like, where is it? It's like, somewhere, when you say that and you don't give good references, you got a problem. I give good references. What does that have to do with how many faves and watchers I have? People don't like bigots with bad art. I'm all good. I'm bigoted and my art's not bad. Usually a low watcher count says otherwise, but there are watchers. But there are watchers. And then dude says, I can assure you the only intention of your comic is getting some people who point and laugh at how utterly awful your comics are through lies. You do that when you lay out on YouTube cringe competition. You really want to know famous that badly, and I say famous fame. You're telling lots of people about me too. That is awesome because then they see that I'm not as bad as you say, and they become more fans. So I'm like, fame is fame. Oh, I'm the kind of kid who like this troll accounts count as actual fans just because they fave your work. Like, well, hard to tell really how from a troll, and it is. But else can have art and thumbnails or not. I guess it's time to tell which is real and what is fake. Yep. Technically speaking, that chief heckler was using a troll account. He only had one picture on his DeviantArt account, just so he can qualify as an artist. And he's just basically going around hating on people, for saying that the transgender lifestyle is bad or whatever. So let's go. And it's only hard if you're a brainless, feckless idiot. Actually, it's really easy to handle. I'm not. Right on the neck. Next. No, I'm not. You don't know what you're saying, do you? That's just disjointed rambling. I have to have something. I have to have something against him, because if I don't, then I'm wrong. And I say, meant to say, I like that you disagree with me because of what I believe in. No, you're trying to force people to live the way you wanted to live by saying this is a better way to live. Giving them a choice to live that way. That's forcing them, right? But no. No, it's not. Continue on. You can believe whatever stupid stuff you want, because of that word, but when you can't go around demanding that trans people repent and stop being trans and whatever else you want them to do, and I say, but they stop letting the fear of their own bodies get to them. Nothing is wrong with their bodies. I know now that it's not just the fear of their own bodies, it's the fear of what other people think of their own bodies. The transgender lifestyle is based on people pleasing, on conformity. Trying to conform to society in a way that makes people treat them the way they want to be treated. Accidentally. You favored the thing, the effing thing, you clown. Like, again, that was before I got serious. Thanks for actually finding something in my favorites that you can use against me. Good one. Before I got serious. That was pretty recent favor of yours, kid. Like, true, but that's how I went. You a freaking clown. So they're not lies, according to lies. You can scroll through your face and find literal sexually suggestive images of underage characters and children in your face because it's cute to you. No actual children, though. No actual children at all. So, yeah, it doesn't work. I say, where? Just because someone is short and has below bedroom eyes does not mean they're underage. They just be a short kind of person. Or style they are drawn and makes them look younger. You're right. It's the fact that they're underage makes them underage. Right. So, you have proof that these pictures are people that are underage. These lines on paper are underage. So bad. Well, they tried because that's all you can do. You can't go at me with truth. I'm like a tank. I made a video saying I'm like a tank. A person who's lying is like a person who has no armor on. That's a megaphone. Maybe some camouflage, but still a megaphone. And maybe a little pistol. And it's like they're like going around saying stuff loudly, but they have no way to back it up. Use a little pistol to try and back it up, but it bounces off of truth armor. Truth armor. They come at me first, that's right. My truth gun will blast them. So they come at me from sides, the bottom, the top. That's how it goes. From behind, to try that out. All that stuff doesn't really work out so well because again, it's lies. It's deceit. It's hoping people will fall for stuff that is wrong. Nobody's paying attention to you for any reason other than to gawk at your face and chastise you for being a transphobe. I'm like, not true. They're like, we are as well. Lol, they do not, says the heckler. Then what is that one doing next to my favorite star on this page of my comics? It's like, laughing my butt off at some nobody, so that means it's a person. Sorry. A nobody that still counts as a fan, I say. So that's the end of my time. So I'll see you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube, DeviantArt.